Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love, love. Love is all you need. There's nothing you can know that can't be known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love, love. There's nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need. Love is all you need.
Oh, that means I'm supposed to go to work. So, good morning.
Good morning.
You know, I can see I should retire more often. So before I start talking, and while you're still feeling grateful, let's do the offering. No. So welcome, old friends and new. So it's great to see you all here today. And those of you joining us online, either in real time or sometime later in the week, it's great to have both of you with us. Today, our musical inspiration is the wonderful Teresa James. Let's give her some love. And our presider here, one of my first practitioners ever. When I first came here, you'd already been a practitioner for several years when I got here in 2000. So the wonderful mistress of all things animal ministry, Reverend Kathy Lyons. Wow. All right. So let's batten down the hatches in the back there. And we'll take a deep, conscious breath and feel the release as we allow ourselves to anchor into this moment, this eternal now moment, as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. And that fundamental to this truth is a unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this morning. So as Reverend Kathy lights the first candle, it's for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. The sixth candle we light for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. The 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, for the space we hold for them here in the sanctuary, within our online community, and of course within our own hearts. As Reverend Kathy lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light the names of anyone you wish to have experienced the healing light of God's eternal love.
There is one flame that burns in our hearts. There is one light that shines through our love. We light this flame with faith. We find this light within our own soul. There is one flame, one light within.
Join me, please, as I speak in the first person for everyone here and online. How grateful I am to be here to celebrate this beautiful Sunday and bidding Reverend Mike farewell. As I know this presence of God, which is everywhere present, expressing itself through me as love and appreciation, and knowing that I am one with that love and appreciation. And so today I declare this as a perfect idea in the mind of God as I release Reverend Mike with love and appreciation to his new, not retirement, but rewirement. And despite the sad, bittersweet feelings, I know right now that Reverend Mike is on a path of success and happiness and joy. And so with deep gratitude and appreciation for everyone here, for everyone online, I release my word to the law. I know it is done, I know it is so, and together we say, and so it is. Good morning. I'm Kathy Lyons, one of the staff ministers here at the Granada Hills Center for Spiritual Living, and I would like to share from the Science of Mind textbook on page 30, and I'll paraphrase it in the first person so you can listen to it. I, by thinking, can bring into my experience whatsoever I desire if I think correctly. And I realized this last week. I was feeling under the weather. Physically, I didn't feel good. I won't go into details, but what I found, I put in a request with our prayer ministry and had my fellow practitioners treat for me. And so I know that I did need to practice some self-care. But one afternoon I'm sitting and not feeling good, thinking, oh, maybe I ought to call urgent care or go to urgent care. I'm not feeling good. But then I got a text from a friend. saying, it's a nice day out. Do you want to go walking around Lake Balboa? And I knew immediately to say yes to that and I found that once I got out, took a walk, I changed my whole perspective and I felt fine. And so this is a demonstration about how my mind can affect how I'm feeling physically. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't times when we do need to be home and rest, or that we do need to go to a health care specialist, but this was definitely, I needed to get out of my funk, and I changed my perspective, and it was like everything changed. I said yes, and I didn't go into this, oh, well, I'm an introvert, I can't take last-minute invitations. Well, sometimes those kind of things can be limiting. I decided, no, I'm going to say yes to say yes and change my perspective, and it seemed like everything changed. Wayne Dyer says we can be miserable or motivate ourselves. Whatever has to be done, it is our choice. And he also said, and I related to this in that situation, if we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. So if I know now if I'm feeling down in the dumps, whatever, change the perspective and everything changes. And that's what I think Ernest Holmes meant by the control of conditions. It wasn't waving a magic wand, oh, I want everything to be wonderful. No, it comes from my own perceptions. So all the best to you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and so it is.
I got a few good friends, lots of acquaintances, and I've seen love in all kind of places. Seeing the look in a young child's eyes, yeah, I see what love can do. There's silver linings in the darkest clouds, quiet little moments in the biggest crowds. Church bells ring, angels start to sing, yeah, I know what love can do, and I know what love can do. I know what love can do. What it's done for me and you, I know what love can do. There's bright moments in the darkest hours. You know the sun comes shining after a morning shower, and one love ends, another begins, yeah. I see what love can do. Against the odds, we've taken chances, we captured hearts with stolen glances, but through it all, we took the call and we showed them what love can do. And I know what love can do. I know what love can do. When it comes to me and you, I know what love can do. Yeah, the best things in life may come to you. You take your time and you see what love can do. I know what love can do. I know what love can do. What it's done for me and you, I know what love can do. Whoa. What it's done for me Let's see what love can do.
Thank you, Teresa. Wonderful. We have announcements. First announcement, practitioners are available in the treatment room after the service. Raise your hand if you're a practitioner. We got a lot of them here today. Or if you want to contact a practitioner, online go to cslgh.org. Today, following the 10:30 a.m. service, join us as we celebrate Reverend Dr. Mike with a special cake reception in Sparks Fellowship Hall. We fondly wish him a farewell with gratitude for over 16 years of ministerial service here. Yay! Next Wednesday, January 28th at 7 p.m., join Dr. Maureen Hoyt and Reverend Nancy Woods for an open forum style SOM discussion. Participate in riveting conversations and dialogue. Love donations accepted at the door. Tomorrow, Monday, January 26th from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m., the Science of Mind Foundation's class begins. Start the new year off great with a credited class that is being offered. Instructors Reverend Nancy Woods and Andrea Recht will delve into a journey of principles in practice, spiritual mind treatment, and so much more. Please sign up in Sparks Hall or call Danny at the church office to register. And we have the gratitude box. Who would like to bring that up? Okay, so let's. Okay.
Here I am. I had to walk a mile. No. Okay. Okay, so Nancy picked it out for me, and it says, grateful for the community of Granada Hills Center for Spiritual Living. Yay!
So please stand now for our Declaration of Principles. We believe in one universal spirit, manifesting through all, natural and incarnated in us. We believe that the universal spirit is personal to and reveals itself through everyone who recognizes its presence. We believe that our faith operates upon a law of mind, which automatically manifests in our experience according to that faith. We believe in the unity of all life and of the universality of the individual soul forever expanding. We believe in the eternal goodness, the eternal loving kindness, and the givingness of life to all.
Yes. Please stay standing and sing with me on this one. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give up my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. Once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now.
What's so funny? So I really want to thank Reverend Kathy for doing a nice job. So I'll be able to leave off a lot of my talk today because she really did a nice job of encapsulating this thing we call the science of mind. And even if you were feeling a little funky, what I heard in your message was, who's got the funk? Rev Kathy's got the funk. So anyway, you rocked it. So good job. If you don't know that song, look it up on YouTube. It's good. Oldie but goodie. I just aged myself, I guess. So let's start the message today by remembering that the practice of the science of mind calls for a positive understanding of the spirit of truth, a willingness to let this inner spirit guide us with the conscious knowledge that the law of the Lord is perfect. And that's from our pal, Dr. Ernest Holmes. And, I'm a big fan of Ernest Holmes. I read the textbook a lot, and my favorite book is this thing called You and Creative Mind and Success. So any of you business owners out there who do not have that on your bookshelf need to get it. Because it's the easiest way to prove that this stuff works. Why? Because you can look at your bank balance and see the evidence. I'm serious. That's where I proved it. Right? That's where I proved this teaching for myself. Because I was very focused on me and how to make my life better. Right? Yeah, thanks, baby. I love her little baby amens. So this month today's talk title, of course, is How to Use It. We've been focusing on the first 4 Roman numeral chapters in the textbook, the thing itself, the way it works, what it does, and finally this week, how to use it. And and again, doing a lot of study, I did find this new favorite passage of mine by Ernest Holmes, which is Go Hawks! And you can find that on page 670 in the textbook. It's in there. Just go look for it. You'll see it. So, Ernie, we could use your help today. And this is a photo. So that was from ChatGPT. I said, put Ernest in a Seahawks uniform. And 12 is the big, that's what the fans call themselves, the 12. But I love this photo of Ernest Holmes because, he's holding a salmon and he's an ordinary guy. And he spoke often about being an ordinary guy, which, of course, he was extraordinary in the way that he was able to put spiritual principles together, from the East, from the West, and in mixing it all in this cauldron of the American system, I think I would say, using capitalism to show us a way that we could practice its tenets and still be spiritual, right? That in some crazy cosmic way, if all thought is energy, then money must be energy too. So he explored the ways that works. If love is energy, then how to explore all the ways in which love works. If health is energy, if our bodies are basically just energetic bioelectric engines, then our bodies too are energy. And if they're energy, then they are driven by the very mind activity of the Most High. And so he didn't get caught up on which particular flavor, right? So I've always thought that Science of Mind said, we all believe in ice cream, right? We all love ice cream. Why are we arguing about the best flavor, right? The best flavor is the one you have in front of you, right? So one of the first things he did was to encourage us, the reader, the student, to expand our idea of what we think God is. And so many of these names come out of the textbook that he was, and this was not something, a new idea of his, right? So the ancient Hebrews understood that as soon as you put a word on it, as soon as you put a name on it, you constricted what God is. That's why it's like G blank D. So what this means then is that our own understanding of the divine, we are called to allow that to expand and to unfold and to grow in our understanding of it, and in this teaching in particular, to grow in our utilization of it. And so that's what this How to Use It chapter is about. So we talked about, understanding that God is way bigger than we think it is, and that it worked with this thing called law. Law of what? The law of cause and effect. So what is that cause that is causing our life is thought itself. And that as we align our thought with the universal or God consciousness, however you know that to be, right, that our life then the tendency of our thought then tends to demonstrate for our highest good, right? And if it doesn't, then it points us in the direction of a new thought, that where we can now shift and lift the tendency of our thinking into a greater awareness and a greater demonstration of this infinite power and presence. So in this way, the names for God can be all of these things, but it can also be this, right? For me, my inspiration comes from nature. And, that's not a new idea, right? So in the 12th, 13th, 14th century, the Christian mystics were all speaking about how God is reflected in nature. Aquinas, Julian Norrick, those types. Now, he starts talking about law. And so what does this derive from is this, why is it some people pray and their prayers get answered and others, it seems like they don't get answered? Well, what's going on there? And he points to the teaching of Jesus, the master carpenter himself. Well, he was probably a master carpenter, but he was certainly a carpenter for any tradesman out there. I guess I'm the only one who would know what that distinction is. We'll just presume he was a master carpenter, but he was certainly a master teacher when he said that the rain falls on the just and the unjust alike. So this was pointing to there must be some natural law involved in the way that we have, the law of gravity, the laws of electricity, all the laws of the physical world. And that as they were created out of the very mind of the divine itself, right, that the use of these things is only natural. So Holmes also spoke to the idea that the Spirit cannot think without creating. All is causation. Everything it creates is perfect, as the Spirit knows only itself and nothing else. So at the level of Spirit, no good thought, bad thought, only good, only God, the Spirit. Now, it may not look that way to us, but we don't have the same perspective. We don't have that cosmic perspective that the all-knowing Spirit, all-powerful Spirit has. So no good thought, bad thought. As the one mind of the divine is everywhere present, so too is the law of God everywhere present. All one thing, love and law. And this divine activity of the Spirit is known as demonstration. And so maybe, so at the level of Spirit, there is no good or bad in the way that there is, there is no good or bad electricity, right? We don't go, oh, bad electricity. We don't do that. There's just a poor use of it, right? So in the same way that in the human realm, right, our thought has all manner of judgment and prejudice attached to it. And this is where the work is in the teaching, of course, if we're serious about wanting to utilize the power. How can we strip off the excess baggage, old thinking that no longer serves us? And then once we get into the teaching for a while, can we even justify some of the positions that we have, that maybe we hide out in the teaching? Oh, it's all good because it's all God, and then we think hateful thoughts, or we support hateful actions. And that's a load of BS. Right? So the teaching is not here to give us cover. Right? The teaching is here for us to go deeper so that we might more fully express the love of the Most High through what? Through our life. Right? It's not, just like you can't go to the gym and expect someone else to do sit-ups for you and get that, six-pack. Right? No one else can do it for us. And that the only way the Spirit can operate is through the channel of our own minds, the channel of our own lives. And that it's a natural enterprise. That so it may appear to be supernatural in its effect and the way that it affects others when in its expression, in the demonstration. The truth is we are working with a natural law. So there's nothing to earn, right? Where it's not about God's countenance will bless us more if we just turn the cosmic tumblers and say the right prayers in the right way at the right time, and then like a slot machine, it all pays out, right? So instead, what we're attempting to do, what we're experimenting with, what we are committing to put it in more traditional terms, is playing with the Holy Spirit to align our thoughts so completely with the mind of God to where we, as Paul said, we are transformed by the renewing of our mind, that it's not even necessary then to focus on what it is that our need is, because our needs are fulfilled. Because the Spirit knows what's in our heart. But it's not a one-off deal, right? It's not a one-off deal unless you can know the truth so completely that you can spontaneously demonstrate. This is why Jesus the Christ is called the great example rather than the great exception. Greater things shall ye do. But first you got to know that you can do it. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, you start out with, parking spots and princes and maybe a new car, a better house, right? But after a while, when the structure of your life is such that, you've got all the stuff and things that you need, right? One day you find yourself treating for something that you kind of think can't really happen. And so you even are so committed to this demonstration that you even go to a practitioner and you even pay them for their time. Not for their prayer, but for their time. Imagine that. You get so desperate, you go see a practitioner. And lo and behold, that thing that we thought could never happen demonstrates. And then you go, holy crap, this stuff really works. Now you're getting somewhere. Okay? Because now we're plugged into knowing that this is not just a get-rich-quick scheme, that we're no longer going around like a bunch of gimme-jimmies, gimme, like Pac-Man, just consuming crap all the time, but rather we are growing in knowing that the infinite power and presence of the Most High is operating in, through, and as me, in spite of my human foibles. In spite of that. The Spirit doesn't see that. So, on the one hand, it's very intimidating when you read things like, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect, right? But, the Spirit can do a lot with willingness. Right? Really, it's the first step in recovery from anything. Right? Whether it's a cigarette, a drink, or crappy thinking. Right? Negative thinking. It starts with the willingness. And if that's not available, we can do treatment to be willing to see this condition in a different way. So this teaching is not for the faint of heart. And it's not for sissies, man. There's a lot of work involved. The work is really about owning our own stuff. Stop deflecting. So yeah, there's a lot of things in you got there's income inequality, there's all the isms that are out there, all that kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is, for you and for me, that stuff applies to, that's statistical data that applies to groups. But you are not a group, you are an individual, and you can rise out of any seeming circumstance and live the life of your dreams. But of course, we have to do the work that living that life calls for. I may want to be a nuclear physicist with all my heart, right? But I might need to get out of Algebra 2 first. That's a real life example, by the way. Holmes says this, that we can only know as much as we can prove by actual demonstration. Right? So what is a demonstration? In traditional church, it would be called an answered prayer. What is an answered prayer? It's the power of the Most High expressing in this material plane. And sometimes it's not even in the material plane. It might be between our ears, right? Or in our heart. Maybe the heart's even where it really starts. Right? For many men, it might be, finally putting down the shield, putting down the sword, and allowing ourselves to be soft-hearted enough to hear, as Rumi once said, to hear with the ear of the heart. rather than, the put up your dukes mentality all the time. Now, part of that gets easier as you age because you can't kick anybody's ass anymore. So there is a little self-preservation involved. But what can we prove by actual demonstration? So it's kind of a weird biblical thing here, but in Malachi 3:10, which is out of the Hebrew Bible, bring all the tithes into my storehouse that there may be food in my house. And prove me now in this, says the Lord of hosts. And I will open the windows of heaven for you and pour out blessings for you until you shall say, it is enough. It is enough. So in Ireland they say, and enough is as good as a feast. Now, I have not inserted this quote today for a talk on church giving. Sure. But rather to show how the ancients came to understand that there is a principle and a covenant between themselves and the universe. What we are able to take, based on what we are able to take, it cannot give us more, right? It's an abundant universe. How much can we have? That which we can take, that which we can embody. What they knew that there was this covenant between themselves and the way that they knew God to be in their day. This is the law of giving and receiving, the law of reciprocity, the law of circulation, right? That the idea that, we take in what we take in and then we share some portion of it. In this case, they use the word tithe, which means tenth. It could also be called the law of action, reward, or the law of cause and effect. So, just using this idea, playing around with this idea of money and tithing, I would ask you to consider this. What tithing is really asking us to do is to understand that we live on 90%. Can we live on 90%? Can we live on 95%? How much can we share? How can we participate in this law of reciprocity, in this law of circulation? How can I circulate some of my good in the form of money? So, because at the end of the day, try this one on for size. We are paid by and for the things that we give our most attention to. So what is it that we are giving our attention to? Is it high vibrational stuff? Or is it denser, low vibrational stuff? Right? And why this is important to bring up now is this idea that this spiritual community needs to be able to go forth to thrive and prosper. The community. And the most important asset that we have in this community are the people in it. It's not just the building. That's got to be, the tent's got to be maintained. There's a roofy leak, and I just heard the AC was dripping yesterday. That's kind of stuff. But for our community, this tent is like the cheapest part of the deal right now. Many centers pay $6,000 a month for rent for a space this big. And our overhead for the space is about $2,000 a month. You know what that's called? Consciousness. Consciousness of who? Me? I didn't pay that mortgage every month. You did. And have since the 70s. So this is going to need to, continue after I'm gone. And it needs to be a little more than, I like what he said today, so I think I'll throw a 20 in instead of a 10 or a 5. Sometimes, some Sundays, frankly, it looks like it's an AA meeting. Just saying, lots of singles. Which, by the way, is a guy who's gone to meetings for a long time. Right, so my first day of retirement will be my 38th year. Yeah. So. And boy, you talk about without this, nothing. Without that, none of this other stuff happens, right? But just to kind of tell on my peeps a little bit, in my other tribe, right? We used to blow $50, $100 on a night, no problem. Right? And then do it again on Saturday night. And yet you go to an AA meeting and a guy will throw $1 in. You can't even buy a sip for $1 anymore. I will open the windows of heaven for you and pour out a blessing for you until you say it is enough. So how much of our attention are we giving to our practice? Right? And what constitutes our practice? Well, practicing generosity is part of it, but only part of it, right? Hopefully, attending regular Sunday service is part of that, particularly now as we go through these transition months. Not to show up on Sunday, not just to hear the speaker and the rest of the crew, but mostly to connect with each other, to buoy each other as you go through the human condition. Because not all of us are getting what we want every week. At least I'm not. Are you? So I can use a little infusion of your energetic, of knowing the truth for me, even if you're struggling in your own life. We're sharing with each other. There's power in joining like-minded people on Sunday. Getting to class, there's a foundations class starting tomorrow. Even if you've taken it 3 or 4 times, as many in here have, to re-up, to get reconnected. We never really did recover. We got out of COVID, and I was gasping along with and then I came down with this illness, and then that took a year to get through, and then it took a year to figure out, wow, I'm really too tired to do this job properly. So I'm very excited. I'm very excited about the energetic that a new minister is going to bring, and they are going to bring vision and passion and creativity and open-heartedness and a commitment to growth, to spiritual growth, both in the heart and deeper, going deeper. Now, why do I know that is so? Because that is what I see out in front of me. This is the heart of the community. And we can't pay the bills just with prayer. So this is the last time you ever have to have a money talk from me. We can demonstrate at the level of our ability to know. The treatment leads to the demonstration is not for the purpose of making something happen, but is to provide an avenue within ourselves, within our communities, within our outer community, through which things may happen. Spiritual demonstration is a manifestation of reality, large R reality. It's a manifestation of God. Money is God in action. Love is God in action. Your career is God in action. Your life is God in action. Don't run away from that. Don't play small with it. Right? Use this place to demonstrate these principles. Practice these principles with each other. Knowing strength, health, and vitality for each other. in the physical health and pocketbook health. Know the creative impulse of life is longing to express itself through every member here in some way, whether it's on the job or on an instrument or on with the written word, whatever it is. Mostly what I want you to understand is that this place, I picked this quote because of this notion of prove me now in this. And so I'm saying to you now, prove me now in this, that we don't need Michael McMorrow at the head of the center to prosper. We need to know that this center is the channel by which the infinite givingness of the Spirit demonstrates itself through its generous membership. And this we must know and know together to attract the right and perfect minister, which you will and are even right now. So, I don't know how to close all this up, except to say, it's, I discovered this place in October of 2000. I became a staff minister in 2007. So it's 26, so that's almost 20 years. And then 15 and a half, I think, technically, being the senior minister here. I have to say, it's been my great honor to lead this community. You guys have been, I'm just reminding you of the generosity that you've already shown this place through the years. Right? I'm not coming from a place of lack, believe me. It's appreciation. And I just want the next minister, whoever they're going to be, woman, man, Thetan, Martian, I want them to know what I've known, that the heart of this community is strong, generous, and believes in the law of circulation of good and demonstrates it in ways great and small. So let's get Teresa up here before I go on getting emotional. Who needs that? Because here's the thing about this thing called spiritual mind treatment. It's the infinite power and presence of the Most High. Infinite is a lot. So I just want to remind you of this one quote. I think it's one of the most fun quotes. If I can find it quickly. Here it is. Because Holmes writes, the question has to be asked in all of our failed attempts to demonstrate effectively. Did we really expect the demonstration to happen as we thought? Hence it follows that it will not work. But it really works by appearing not to work. For when we believe that it cannot and will not, then according to the principle, it does not. But when it does not, it still does. Only it does so according to our belief that it will not. Now, why am I saying this? Because when we look out in the world, we may become disillusioned and think that our treatment work, our mental work, our prayer work is not affecting the outer realm. And this is not so. There's a resonance and a strength, infinite in nature, that is resonating with your vibrational tone of your spiritual mind treatment. And you may not see it reflected in the newspaper. You sure as hell aren't going to see it on freaking Facebook. but you can see it reflected in your home, in your spiritual community, that your vibration can raise the vibration of those around you who are then affected. They don't even know why they're feeling good. And when 52, 53, 55% of the population globally start to resonate in a higher realm, the whole thing shifts. You know, I heard that first by the Maharishi in the 60s watching the Mike Douglas show. It's a powerful idea. But if we believe in the power of prayer, if we believe in the power of the infinite, then it must be so. So when it appears to not work, by not working, it's actually working. And so we must shift and lift the tendency of our thinking. And I know that you are capable of doing that. So just know how much I love you. Steffi and I appreciate each and every one of you. And just remember to say one for the old Rev once in a while, huh?
Is it the face of a child? Is it the thrill of danger? Is it the kindness we see in the eyes of a stranger? Is it more than faith? Is it more than hope? Is it waiting for us at the end of our road? I say it's love. I say it's love. Is it the one you call home? Is it the Holy Land? Is it standing right here, holding your hand? And is it just like the movies? Is it rice and white lace? Is it the feeling I get when I wake to your face? Well, I say it's love. I say it's love. Is it the first summer storm? Is it the colors of fall? Is it having so little and yet having it all? Is it 1 in a million? Is it a chance to belong? Is it standing right here, singing its song? Well, I say it's love. I say it's love, love. It's love.
How about that? Sometimes I think you should just do the song first, and I'll just say, and so it is at the end. So I also want to give a shout out to our friends online. So, we have a committed viewer from France, Thibaut. So I want to say hi to Thibaut. My bonus mom, Eileen, in Ohio, my cousin Jane up in Oregon, and Dino and Jeanette out in Hawaii. So all of them have been checking in regularly. So, and thank Lisa Moreno, who is she's the mistress of the, yeah. So it takes a lot of folks to keep this ship going. So if you're looking for something to do, we'll find you something. Yeah. All right, so get on up here. I meant to tell you to come up here while I filled in with all that. So if you come prepared with an offering today, just make your way to the basket. We'll sing you through it. If you're joining us online, just please make your way to the donate button.
Sing with me. Spirit gives through me. Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through us. Spirit receives through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us. Oh, Spirit lives and breathes through us. Spirit gives through me. Spirit receives through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit lives and breathes through me. Spirit gives through us. Spirit receives through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us. Spirit lives and breathes through us.
That's the first time I've ever seen the offering look like a mosh pit up here. That's all right. All right. So let's just go within for a moment longer as we recognize and know that this basket represents two things. One, the generous heart of the individual, and the receptive heart of this spiritual community. The generous heart of the individual who knows and knows that they know that God is our source, our substance, our supply. So now we, representing the heart of this spiritual community, we accept these gifts with deep love and respect, as we know together these gifts go forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless not only the vision and mission of this spiritual center, but anyone connected to it in any way. From this place of gratitude, and we extend a blessing upon our community of Granada Hills, our city of Los Angeles, our state of California, our United States of America, all of its churches, temples, mosques, schools, universities, the people who attend them, the people who support them, that we know in some wonderfully crazy, mystical, cosmic way that the infinite power and presence of the Most High is demonstrating in, through, and as life, in, through, and as our life in ways great and small. And to the extent that we know this to be so, we see its demonstration in easy and identifiable ways. This fills our heart with a sense of gratitude, with grace and power that propel us into ways of spiritual living that raise not only our own lives, but the lives of those around us as well. And that's a good thing. And together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay, so I understand there's a cake. So don't leave with it. It's a good luck to have a piece of cake and such things, so don't leave without a slice. I'm also going to bring out, some of you were there for my installation all those many years ago, so I'm going to bring that out so you can see it, just to have a look at it. It's kind of fun to see what people were saying at the time. All right, so let's give it up one more time for Teresa James. A real blessing. Yeah, it's been fun doing church with you. And let's get the good Reverend up here to pray us out with one of her treatments.
Thank you so much.
Okay. So join me, please, as I speak in the first person. How grateful I am to be here, to love and appreciate Reverend Mike and all his service here at this center. And as I recognize this presence, this life, which is a life of God, of love, health, wealth, creativity, guidance, and peace. And I am one with God. I am one with its love, health, wealth, creativity, guidance, and peace. So as I speak my word, knowing right now that I am using the principles of science of mind each and every moment of my life, that as I ask, I receive whatever it is I desire. And I know that as I give, I receive, knowing that the law of circulation is active in my life. So I am flourishing with relationships, health, prosperity, finances, creative expression, and I'm guided and always feeling abounding peace, as I know right now that my life is flourishing. And I know that for this center as well, that this center is flourishing and thriving, and that the new spiritual director is a perfect and complete idea in the mind of God. So I just know that I'm in a place that is just bustling with loving, dynamic energy. So I am so grateful right now for this center and for the love, health, wealth, creativity, peace, and guidance that I'm receiving. And I give thanks for the love and prosperity of this center continuing. So with deep gratitude, I release my word to the law as I let it be so. And together we say, and so it is.
So it is. Hi, everybody. It's wonderful to see the church so full. My goodness, what a blessing this is. My name is Andrea Recht. I'm a practitioner here. And the higher-ups in the church thought it would be nice for us to each have an opportunity to, each of us who desires to, have an opportunity to say a few words to Reverend Mike. So I'm going to put him in the hot seat. Mike Carland is going to pass a mic around. So since I have the mic now, I'm going to start.